So what is your process? What happens first and last when you go to make a song?
Alright, well, a lot of the times I'll try to go in and like have a theme before I start writing, but I've just recently gotten into actually doing the music myself and editing, and I'll try to listen to the beat and maybe get a kind of a feeling and draw a theme from that. I'm not the greatest editor, I'm not the greatest beat maker, but actually I've come to have more appreciation for it, because lyricism is something that I've been doing since for a very long time, so it's a learning experience.
Yeah, and I've been using FL Studio for at least a good 2 or 3 years now, and I can tell you I'm still not as good as people that have been using it for 5 years. And I'm talking about people that are still using just the basic stuff that comes with FL Studio. I'm not talking about the people that came in with, got the basic FL Studio, and then when they got samples and other stuff. Those people are just beyond the world. So I definitely have a respect for the whole production of it. And I think really for me, the production of anything, TV, movies, I'm all about that stuff that's going on in the background. I've been a poet, but I've never been the greatest poet. I've never written a rhyme in my life. I'm not even going to lie to you.
You should lie. Promote yourself on your show.
I do. I got a few A/B type poems or whatever. So I do a little bit, but it ain't and that's another thing. A lot of people, a lot of the best rappers that I know can freestyle really well. Can go a good 3 minutes without stopping.
That's what being a rapper is. I mean, anybody can have a ghostwriter. Anybody can write rhymes that somebody else put down, or even if they write themselves and take a long time to. If you can come off the cuff with it, that's genius.
I hear you. So what's your favorite part of making music?
Like I said, I mean, I'm really about the lyricism, and my favorite part of making music is the learning experience. It's every time I come back to it, I learn something new. I look back at my old stuff and I'm like, all right, this didn't work. I'm gonna have to change it and make it this. But I've really gotten into making beats. Like if I can get good at that and get some good software, hardware, whatever, I would love to do that. I would love to do that.
So what did you learn from this most recent song?
What have I learned from my most recent song? Well, I learned that I can express my past a little better than I was able to a couple years ago. I started doing this, I was under a different name, and I was just doing it because, a couple of people heard me in a freestyle circle, and you should try to throw some songs together, and I was like, all right, I'll try it, I'll go about it, and it wasn't coming together, it was just all games. Now it's if I wanted to happen, it's crunch time. It's crunch time.
Alright, so what's your biggest obstacle? As far as the writing process, and then as far as in life?
Well, as far as the writing process goes, the biggest obstacle is life. It's constantly with the school, it's constantly with all kinds of things in the way, so it's hard to find the time to really just devote to writing. Once I get down to actually having some time to write, the biggest obstacle is picking lyrics and saying no to myself when I write certain lyrics. No, I don't want to bring that message across. And it's important to me to bring the right message across, but at the same time, it's also important for me to actually show the flow that comes from. I can't even describe it. It's not like it really comes from me. It's like it comes from somewhere else. You know what I mean? As far as my own personal obstacles, my biggest obstacle is obviously getting out there, and that's why I appreciate this a whole lot that you're having on the show today, man. Big up to you on the show, for real.
It's no problem, man. It's no problem. I'm glad to have you on too, man. So any other interests? Anime, TV, anything?
I'm big into anime.
Favorite anime?
Huh?
Favorite anime?
Favorite anime? Probably, I have to say Soul Eater. I love the art style in that.
Okay, I can understand that.
All right, what about you? Let me know what you're feeling right now.
This is going to sound kind of lame, only because it used to come on Toonami, but what was it called? Not Cowboy Bebop. What was it? Outlaw Star. It's my favorite all time. I've seen every episode. That one and Elfen Lied. Both of them, because of the art style, they're two opposite art styles as far as the anime goes, but they're so out there, they're so left field that it was just intriguing to me. Storyline was crazy on both of them. And Elfen Lied, just because it was so violent, honestly. I like the goriness of it.
Well, I mean, you mentioned Toonami. I'm going to say they really did bring some of the best show, like the anime that have ever been produced. You also mentioned Cowboy Bebop. That is a musical inspiration to me. Most shows, they'll make the show and translate it. This show was basically built around the music, and that is incredible to me.
You know what? I never noticed. I gotta check that out now. That's really cool. Anybody listening, check out Cowboy Bebop. That was a cool anime when it was on. Alright, so I'm assuming you want to be a big star in 5 years. Do you agree?
Big star. Let me put it like this. I wouldn't mind getting paid for it. At the same time, even though I love the limelight and I love bringing out my creative, just my creative passion and bringing it to people and letting people hear what I have to say and getting positive feedback, I don't like too much limelight either. I don't think I could spend every day wondering if people were going through my laundry. You know what I mean?
Wow, I hear you on that one.
Yeah.
So, wow. That's real. You said, and all you said was going through laundry, but like I understand that. That's like when people get all in your business and whatnot, and I could never do that. That's why I stick to the internet, honestly.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is kind of a lame question, honestly, but alright, if you weren't a rapper, what would you be doing other than school?
Well, if I wasn't going to school, I would just have to pick up any odd job. You know what I mean? I would like to work on my art a lot more. I'm into developing like comic plots and all that kind of thing. I'm not a very good artist. I try. And once again, that's all. It's part of the learning experience. It helps me with my lyricism. It's like anything I can learn from, I take it and I use it.
I hear you. I'm in the process now. I've been a bit of a web designer. I don't really do too much of the art portion of it, mostly because I don't like Photoshop, and I can't draw either. But I've been into web design for quite some time, so I do a lot of coding, and I'm right now trying to learn PHP and CGI. And yeah, that's like a lot of money in it, but I'm not even concerned about the money. I just like sitting down doing it. I think, like you, it's a problem-solving thing for me. Trying to figure out how do I get this to do this, especially with me not having so much knowledge in it. So now,
it's complicated. It's very complicated.
It is, but it's so, I don't know, I feel like the end result is always just so worth it, especially when you get to do just exactly what you wanted to. And I think that, it's kind of like in rap, you're trying to place this lyric in to make the end result this flow that's just perfect to you, at least in that moment.
Yeah.
So, I think you already answered that question. Why did you, yeah, you did. Why did you start? You said because you were in a rap group, a rap circle freestyling with some friends, right?
Well, that was when the serious bit started. I mean, I just had my mom telling me the other day how I was like making little rhymes when I was like 4 years old, and I've always been inspired. I have a real big appreciation for words. Like, even though I think people use them the wrong way a lot, that's like what I'm trying to bring it to. I want to be able to use the words that we've been given in the right way.
I hear you. It's quite interesting. I had the same experience twice, and I wish I had the DVD. Maybe I'll put it on the podcast later. I had it